The headlines are buzzing. At the latest Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Xi Jinping unveiled his boldest financial move yet, an Electro-Yuan payment system tied to a new SCO development bank. On the surface, it looks like a financial innovation. But here's the real question. Is this an economic lifeline for struggling partners, or a direct challenge to the US dollar and the global financial order? Welcome to GeoFrontline, where we decode power moves shaping America, its allies, and the world. For decades, the US dollar has been the beating heart of the global economy. It's not just a currency, it's a system of trust, trade, and stability. From energy sales to cross-border loans, the dollar anchors international finance. But Xi Jinping sees this dominance as both a vulnerability for China and an opportunity for Beijing to rewrite the rules. That's where the Electro-Yuan comes in. Unlike traditional digital banking, this is China's state-backed central bank digital currency, scaled up for international use. Xi is pushing SCO members, Central Asian states, Russia, Iran, even Pakistan, to use the Electro-Yuan for trade and energy transactions. And the newly proposed SCO Development Bank would act as the engine, giving loans and settling payments not in dollars but in China's own digital currency. The idea sounds simple. Bypass the dollar, build resilience, and tie partners closer to Beijing. But here's the suspense. Can it actually work? Or is this just another political showpiece designed to impress audiences at home while unnerving the West? Let's look at the cracks. Russia, desperate under sanctions, is already turning to China for financial lifelines. Moscow now settles much of its oil and gas trade in yuan. Iran, cut off from SWIFT, is eager to join. Even Central Asian countries are experimenting with yuan settlements. But for India, a key SCO member, the Electro-Yuan is a red flag. New Delhi has no interest in surrendering its financial autonomy to Beijing, especially when it still relies heavily on the dollar for global trade. This is where the US and its allies see opportunity. The more China pushes digital yuan dominance, the more it exposes the limits of its own system. Unlike the dollar, which is backed by deep financial markets, transparent institutions, and global trust, the yuan is tightly controlled by the Communist Party. Partners using the Electro-Yuan risk losing independence, as Beijing could monitor and even restrict their transactions. That's not stability, it's leverage. But Xi isn't stopping. The SCO Development Bank is the crown jewel of this strategy. On paper, it will finance infrastructure, energy, and technology projects across Asia. In reality, it's designed to rival the World Bank and IMF, institutions where US and allied influence remains strong. Imagine loans issued in Electro-Yuan, construction contracts awarded to Chinese firms, and repayments locked into Beijing's digital ecosystem. Over time, countries would find themselves financially tethered to China, with fewer exits. And yet, there's a paradox. By pushing too hard, Xi risks driving nations closer to the US-led system. Consider Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. All are watching these moves with unease, reinforcing their own financial and security ties with Washington. Even Europe, once open to Chinese investment, is tightening scrutiny. The Biden administration and now Trump's policies have leaned heavily on economic statecraft, tariffs, sanctions, and investment restrictions, making clear that America won't stand by while China attempts to rewrite the rules. So here's the bigger question. Could the Electro-Yuan actually dethrone the dollar? The short answer, no, not anytime soon. The dollar accounts for nearly 60% of global reserves, compared to less than 3% for the yuan. US Treasury markets remain the safe haven for investors, while China's capital controls and opaque governance discourage widespread trust. What Xi is really aiming for isn't dominance, it's insulation. He knows China's economy is slowing, debt is mounting, and reliance on the US-led system is a vulnerability. By building a parallel network, He hopes to shield Beijing and its partners from Western pressure. But here's where U.S. strategy shines. America and its allies can use this moment to double down on what China cannot replicate: openness, reliability, and trust. Expanding dollar access through international lending, reinforcing SWIFT alternatives, and securing new trade pacts all strengthen the existing system. For partners like India, Vietnam, and the Philippines, the choice becomes clearer: align with transparent democracies or risk entrapment in Beijing's shadow banking empire. The SCO Summit may have ended with flashy announcements, but the real battle is just beginning. Will nations flock to Xi's Electro-Yuan experiment, or will they hedge their bets, knowing the dollar's supremacy remains unmatched? In the end, the lesson is this: while China can innovate, manipulate, and intimidate, it cannot manufacture the one thing the dollar embodies: global trust. And without trust, no currency, digital or otherwise, can rule the world. This is GeoFrontline, where we decode power, expose strategy, and reveal the truth behind the headlines. Stay tuned, because the battle for global finance is only heating up.